Welcome. My name's Nick. Let's talk about your mobility. If you are noticing that things which used to be easier are now becoming more challenging, then it's probably a good idea to include some kind of mobility specific training. So, the class that we're going to do today is going to preserve the strength and flexibility of your hips and your knees so that you can continue to enjoy walking, climbing stairs, hiking, etc. So, we'll go over all of the alignments and modifications for the exercises first, but before we do, if you like this class and you want to see more like it, then like and subscribe and let me know in the comments. All right, so the first exercise we're going to be doing, I'm going to be using a stick for balance and a small stool. If you don't have a stool, then anything that's comfortable and weight bearing for you is going to be just fine. So for example, a firm yoga block, or even better, if you have stairs at home, that would also be fine. What we're going to be doing, step up, lean forward, and follow with the other foot. As you're stepping up, pay attention to what's going on in the knees and the hips. If as you step up, you notice that your knee buckles in and your leg begins to shake, then before stepping up, focus on pulling your knee to the side and dragging your hip back, dragging your heel back, almost as if you were going to be pedaling a skateboard with your foot. So take your time, set your hip, set your knee, lean forward, and step up. We'll be doing step-ups for 2 minutes. That's 2 minutes to take your time, to focus on the alignment, to do them well. Don't worry about how many you can do in 2 minutes. Next, we'll be doing hinging. I have a small dresser here, but a chair would also work just fine. Start by stepping one foot slightly back behind you so you're bearing all of your weight into the front foot. Keep your shoulders back so your back can stay straight. Hinge forward. Bring your hands down to your chair or your dresser for support. Not to push yourself back up, just to keep yourself from going any farther. And hinge all of the way back up to standing. Now, as you're doing this, pay attention that you're not rounding your back to come down. Keep your back straight by making sure your hips rotate forward. As you try to lift your tailbone in the air, you'll keep your back straight. So you can practice this one hinging one leg at a time and changing sides, or you can practice with both feet on the ground, hinging on both legs at the same time. Bring the shoulders down to the level of the hips, keep the back straight, the hips rotating forward, and then hinge back up. Again, we'll do this for 2 minutes. 2 minutes to take your time, no hurry, focus on good form. After doing our hinging, we'll come and sit down with a knees wide apart, feet wide apart stance. So here my feet and my knees are wider than my hips, and I'm keeping my feet and my thighs parallel, so my toes are pointing in the same direction as my knees. Here we practice leaning forward and standing up and coming all the way back down. As you're practicing this one, be sure that the chest and the hips are moving together as a single unit. You're not lifting the hips first and then the chest. You can make this one more challenging by choosing a lower seat, or easier by choosing a higher seat. So if you want to use the stool instead, you're welcome to. If you have the strength and the range of motion to come all the way down to the stool, it's the same movement. Feet and knees wider than hip distance apart. The chest and hips move together as a single unit to come down, and as a single unit to come back up. After squats, we're using the stick again. Standing with the feet hip distance apart and lifting the heels up over the toes. Just that much. Calf raises up and down. You can make this more challenging by using a stool, stepping your toes onto a stool so that your heels drop beneath your toes and getting a wider range of motion. You can also make this easier by using your stick for balance, hinging forward, bending your knees slightly, and lifting your calves up from here. All right, that's what's on the menu today. Let's get to it. All right, starting with step-ups. 2 minutes. Take your time, focus on good form. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Other side, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Keep working at your own pace. Great. Keep it up. Rest when you need to. It's about halfway there. Keep going. Remember to set your hips and your feet before standing up. Breathing. If you've lost your breath, take a break. Almost there. All right, last round. Okay, very good. Set your stool aside. Come to your chair. Hinges, either one leg at a time or 2 legs together. Remember to keep your back straight, your hips rotate forward. Here we go. Alternating left and right, or both legs together. No hurry, take your time. Slow, controlled movements. You're doing great. That's about halfway. Again, if you're doing both legs together, that's fine. Keep the hips rotating forward, the back straight. No pushing with the arms, all in the back of the legs in the back. No pushing to come back up. The hands are just there for balance. Rest when you need to. Keep breathing. About 30 more seconds. All All right, finish your last hinge. Okay, very good. Next, squats. Find a wide-legged sitting position. Feet and knees wider than your hips. Take your hands back behind your head, or you can bring your hands back to your hips, but the shoulders and the hips move together as a single unit. Here we go. 2 minutes, standing up from a squat, and controlled all the way back down. Again, you can make this easier by finding something taller to sit on, like a high stool. You can make it more challenging by finding something lower to sit down on, like a low stool. You're doing great, keep it up. Whatever position you're using with your hands is fine. Hands in the hips, hands behind the head. I'm mostly concerned about the shoulders and the hips moving together as a unit. It's about halfway there, more than halfway. Keep going. If you need to break, pause, take a break. If you need to rest between each round, that's also fine. Keep going, keep breathing, almost there. All right, finish your last round and come stand all the way up. All right, using your stick for balance, calf raises, either calf raises on the floor or calf raises on a stool. 2 minutes, slow, controlled movement. If you need to break, pause, take a break. Use as much time as you need between each calf raise to make sure that you're getting your heels up as high as you can. So pause and a rest, that's fine. Do your best. Don't worry about how many you're doing. Focus on good form, good control on the way down. More than halfway there, keep it up. Less than 30 seconds. All right, nice job. Finish your last calf raise and take a rest. Doing this whole sequence multiple times would be a good idea. Working up to 3 full rounds of all 4 exercises would be a good goal to work towards. So take your time, rest, and if you have it in you to do another round, then go for it. Or take a rest, and I'll see you next time. Take care.